Top posts presents, the best of, r/Askreddit. What are some green flags that someone is a good person? We were having a contractor come to our house to quote us on some work. He did not know we were watching when he pulled into our driveway and before coming to our door pulled our elderly neighbor's garbage cans up his driveway. Hired him on the spot. When you offer them a bite of your food and they don't take too large of a bite or go straight for the best part. When you are struggling and their first reaction is to be the adult for you, be calming. Take control of the situation. Offer advice, etc. When they don't get upset about you or others setting personal boundaries. Going out of their way to take care of their friends. Dropping off pies to their friends for the holidays. Bringing food or medicine to someone who is sick. Pet sitting when someone is out of town. And definitely how they treat strangers, wait staff. When they speak positively about their friends when they aren't there. I visited a friend with my fiance and when I stepped into the bathroom he thought I couldn't hear them. He spent the whole time I was away telling my fiance what a genius I am and how nice I am, etc. Super nice of him. I'll never forget it. I recently asked a woman I barely know out to dinner, on a whim. Shortly afterward, I confessed to her friend, who knows both of us better than we know each other, that I had asked Ollie out and had no idea whether that was a wise decision or not. She spent the next 20 minutes absolutely gushing about her, extolling her virtues and interests. That is a great friend. When person makes a promise, and keeps it. Especially when they offer to help other people. This is a sign of someone you can count on. I feel called out on this one. I promised my sister accompany her to another city for an interview cause she doesn't want to go alone, but her interview got postponed to later date, which meant that I'd be missing 4 days instead of the initial 2 days of class. I had to message her that I would have to go back on my promise and she hasn't replied yet. Sad face. I wouldn't put that on you at all. Your promise was to accompany her for her interview on a set date. When they are honest at a detriment to themselves. X. In a technical field, I trust someone way more when they are asked a question about something they probably should know, could bullshit the answer to without repercussion, but instead say they'll get back to you on that. Absolutely this. The person who says it depends or I'll have to check on that is A. Aware of their own limitations, and B. Aware of how many variables are at play. That's the person who knows what they're doing. The guy who can spout an answer in 2 seconds? Unless the question is what's 2 + 2, he's either bullhitting and hoping for the best, or genuinely too stupid to realize how much he doesn't know. I'm a good person because I'm an idiot. This lady at Aldi today let me keep my quarter while switching carts. That was pretty cool. Only been to Aldi's twice in my life. Second time, I was returning my cart when an elderly lady asked me if she could give me 2 dimes and a nickel for my cart because she didn't have a quarter on her. I tried over and over to refuse the coins. It was only a quarter after all, but she wouldn't take the cart without giving me the 25 cents. Finally gave in. Felt bad. Now I don't go to Aldi's out of fear of kind-hearted little old ladies, lol. When they actually listen to you when you are talking and try to understand you. Right, I'm starting to notice when people are listening as opposed to just waiting for their turn to speak. It's hard when you realize no one listens to you, especially friends you've listened to and at least tried to make conversation with. I catch myself doing this sometimes, but it's not because I'm not interested in what they have to say. I just thought of something to add to the conversation or to their point and I'm giddy to share it with them. Look at how they treat strangers they will never meet again. Especially customer service workers. Baristas, waiters, grocery store clerks, cashiers at retail stores, Edit. I feel like I wasn't clear that I was agreeing with the person I commented under. You can tell if someone is a good person by the way they interact with the above stated people. If someone is generally nice to complete strangers, but especially people who are easy to ignore like customer service employees, then they are generally a good person who understand the person on the other side of the counter is also a human being with feelings. As someone who works at a front desk, it is my job to be nice and accommodating. But when someone is nice and polite back to me, it shows me they are a good person. If they are able to describe you or other people with specificity, if they are observant and particular with their compliments. This, in my opinion, is a sign of someone who actually pays attention to other people and sees them as more than side characters in their own story. This is a good one. Whenever someone gives me a genuine specific compliment about something I did that often goes by unnoticed, I'm so blown away by it. I'll try to do that in the future as well. I always feel so awkward giving compliments. I'm afraid people will think I'm trying to ask for something. You should rationalize your anger on an anger scale. A 10 would be what would send you over the edge on a Liam Neeson type revenge spree. That way mundane everyday things that normally get you angry can be plotted on the scale. For instance, getting cut off in traffic. Yeah, it makes you angry, but realistically it's a 1 or a 2. It's an exercise my therapist taught me. It's helped me with my depression and angry outbursts. Edit, wowza, this comment blew up. Thanks for the gold. I will have to tell my therapist how well received this is. Edit 2, if anyone wants to discuss stuff with my therapist, she's writing up this anger scale for her doctorate. I'm sure she would be happy to chat to individuals that need it. Just PM me. Edit 3, she is happy to discuss it with people. I just asked. PM me if you would like her email address. I've never heard my boyfriend speak poorly about another person. I can be a petty itch, but he will always remind me that there could be multiple reasons people act the way they do and we might know nothing of their situation. Even when he's super pissed at someone, he'll say, I wish they wouldn't act that way. I hope they understand how frustrating their behavior is. He's the best person I know. Edit, 2 gold. Holy hit. Thank you, kind strangers. My father-in-law used to scold his dog by saying firmly, Magnolia, that behavior is unseemly. I miss him. Doing random, seemingly pointless kind acts. Me and a now ex-boyfriend were skipping school to be together for a day before the move. As we were walking, it started to pour down. So he told me he knew a place we could get out of the rain. As we were walking, he noticed someone's mailbox was open. He lived a few miles away, but he crossed the street, taking me with, just to close the mailbox of someone he didn't know because it was raining. I would go more general to say how a person treats strangers. It's easy to be kind to those we have an intimate platonic blood relationship with. How we react when a stranger needs help is what really shows us who we are. When they only have good things to say about others behind their backs, or just simply not talking about others behind their backs. I disagree with this. I think if they had mostly good things about most people would be better to ideal. Nobody is perfect and everyone has someone they dislike. Not talking about others is one thing, but not talking trash hit talking about others is another. I agree, if someone is mistreating you or someone else, it's unhealthy to keep it bottled up. Just the other day I was at Panda Express and an older woman was ordering ahead of me. The staff seemed short-handed and kept saying sorry and "I'll be with you in a second" to me. I was in absolutely no rush in the slightest and kept assuring them they were fine. Said please and thank you while I ordered because normal people do that, I assume. Anyway, when I got to the register, still behind this older woman with a huge order, she told the staff to add my Panda bowl to her total. I was zoning out and didn't initially hear that until she asked me if I'd like to add a soda to my order. In the end, she told me she really liked my attitude and behavior towards the staff and it was refreshing and she wanted to buy my meal for me. Made my day and my bowl tastes especially delicious. This. If you care about your grades, there's no such thing as a group project, just a project with additional challenges. I had a friend in college who legit didn't trust people. He was also a true genius. Read the book once without taking notes and set the curve in an engineering class at a top 30 school. When he asked me to be in his group, I asked him why and he said that he had to edit my sections of the report the least out of all of my classmates. I'm still proud of that, haha. Well, you know more than everyone else, which still isn't as much as me, but at least it's a foundation we can build on. Different people bring out different sides of someone, but if that someone is the same core person around everyone, then it's a good sign. My ex would be a grumpy itch and 10 seconds later turn into an angel in front of my mom. After I told my mom that she had cheated on me, my mom said she thought we never fought. Happy crying face. I dunno. My girlfriend has done CPR on me 5 times to save me, so maybe that. Edit. To those of you who are just seeing this and are wondering why CPR had to be performed on me 5 separate times by my girlfriend, it's because I had 4 drug overdoses back in high school from my sophomore year to my senior year, and the 5th time was because I had drowned in our swimming pool last year. Stop ducking, dying bro. Alright, I'll try. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing. And have a nice day.